Here are a couple more examples of case number 1 when a is equal to 1. Taking a look at the first example, x squared minus 6x plus 5. Again, I'm going to look at this last term over here and ask myself, what are the factors? 1 times 5, or negative 1 times negative 5. Of these factors, which of them add up to x minus 6x plus 5? And it looks like this right here will work. Those multiply to give me 5. They add to give me negative 6. Therefore, I can go directly to the conclusion and say that this trinomial is equal to the product of these two binomials, x minus 1 times x minus 5. And there it is. Please feel free to check that on your own. What about this next example? We don't have to have integers per se. We could have these decimals, we could have fractions. Any number is really allowed. But we're still playing the same game, which is, what two things multiply to give me this number that also add to give me this number? And let me just cut to the chase here and say that, okay, this is 0.6 times 0.7. It may take you a little bit of work to figure out what those two numbers are. Indeed, 0.6 times 0.7 equals 0.42. And if I add those two guys up, I get 1.3. Therefore, this guy, x squared plus 1.3x plus 0.42, factors into x plus 0.6 times x plus 0.7. And as I'm thinking about it, there is actually one more example I want to give you. So let me just start with a different one. Suppose I had, for example, x squared plus x plus 5, something like this. And we're still trying to factor this trinomial into two binomials. So we'll start here. We've got 1 times 5, or negative 1 times negative 5. But notice that neither of those numbers add up to 1, which means, in this case, this trinomial is not factorable into two binomials like this example over here. Therefore, I'm going to call this something else. I could say does not factor. I'm going to call it prime. Okay. So we can simply say, oh, that trinomial does not factor into two nice looking binomials just like that example over there. So we can say does not factor or prime.